Good morning, good morning, good morning, beautiful, blessed people of God. Happy Monday. All right, Instagram is ready. All right, let me position myself, get myself in order. There we go. 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 So I say good morning, good morning, good morning, beautiful, blessed people of God. Happy Monday. This is the day that the Lord has indeed made. I know you thought that was yesterday, but that's actually every day. So to God be the glory. I'm here. To God be the glory. That was the message that I just got that I needed to see on this day. So I hope and I pray that all is well in your hearts, your minds, your bodies, your spirits, your souls. I pray that your souls, I pray that your souls will get rest. And most of the time, when we think about our souls getting rest, we think death. And who says? Who says we got to die in order to get our souls some rest? Good morning, Jamari. Blessings to you. Gospel Amir, thank you for watching. Instagram is so particular, so funny to me. It's like because some people create screen names that are not necessarily their names or like derivatives of their names. So it's hard to address people to say good morning because I really don't know what your name is. And it just kind of sounds funny calling out your screen name, your username. But nonetheless, good morning to you all on Instagram. Good morning, Denise, here on Facebook. That's what I need to do. Thank you, Lord. I need to start calling out the locations of the people whom I am greeting. And I really wish there was a way that I can pull the Instagram comments over here. I might need to look for another streaming platform that will do that because it would be a blessing to kind of unify the platforms, right? But nonetheless, we are grateful to be in this place. But as I was saying, why do we have to wait for death in order for our souls to get rest? And so we need to do those things that are soothing, that bring peace to our souls. And so that is my prayer for you all on this week, that your souls, because yes, sometimes over the weekend, you might get some downtime, you might be able to sleep in, and so your body gets rest. But and maybe possibly you were able to shut your mind down while you were resting. Good morning, Carol. So you get this physical and you may even get this mental rest. But what about our soul, right? And it is important that we work on our soul, like into soul care and go into the inner, deeper roots of it to get that rest that we desire. And so I am grateful to be here on this day. And I'm honored. I'm honored every day that the Lord wakes me up and says, okay, it's go time. I need you to do X, Y, and Z. And I am grateful. I am grateful for the strength that he has put into my body on today. Even though it seems as though I am sleepy and sluggish, I am well. It is well in my world on today. And I give God all of the glory for that. And so today is I've got a very holy, productive day. And I've got a couple of cases to see. I do need to get my interns assignments. And I honestly don't know why I don't work on this in advance. So it's always like Monday morning. Oh, and what time does the other one? Let me see, you guys. My apologies. Okay, I got a little bit of time. I have my intern schedule on my laptop, so I had to kind of close the screen halfway in order to see it. Shh, don't judge me, right? Don't judge me on this Monday. That's not nice. But I had to look and see who works at what time because perimenopause were like, you don't even know nothing about what these young people is doing. But I do, and I keep them I keep them steadily working on items. I just have to remember to be prepared, a little bit more prepared for them. Oh, so even in my apparent tiredness, I still am going to go forth, make certain they have their assignments. I have some cases to see. I do believe a nap is in the cards for me today. So we will probably be taking a nap today. Knicks play tonight. So we got our agenda for tonight. We locked, we loaded, we ready to do what it do. And so today is indeed a good day. I am intentionally making today a great day. And part of which that helps me be able to articulate and to intentionally say that today is going to be a great day is because I have given this day over to the Lord. So yes, I know, and I got a meeting at 5 o'clock that I have to try to like log in my brain so that I remember, because a lot of times I miss it. It don't be nothing but my brain is just not wired and accustomed to having these Monday meetings. So sometimes when they do occur, my brain goes. But again, I understand what's on my to-do list. I understand what's logged in all of my little calendar slots in my planner, but I yield this day over to the Lord. So if the Lord says you're not going to that meeting, then guess who's not going to that meeting? Because I am under a contractual agreement with the Lord first. The contractual agreement with the Lord is binding. It's first. It's the center of it all, and everything else is secondary or even tertiary, right? Like whatever. Like it is so like what God says is over everything. So I get it. I got clients to see. I got this to do. Got to get my intern schedule created before such and such time. But at the end of the day, it's God's way. And so that's how I can intentionally declare that this day is going to be a good day, is because this day is going to go exactly the way the Lord needs it to go. And no matter what transpires, good, bad, or indifferent, it's all working together for my said good. So I have found, just in my own personal life, I have found that when I relinquish that control, the day goes better, right? When I relinquish the controls, the day goes better. 100%, Denise. Following instructions, that's the obedience is key. So, Lord, what is it that you need me to do today? How is it that you need me to serve today? Where do you need me to rest today? Most people don't put the time that they sleep on their calendar. Many people do not put the time that they lay down and take a nap on their calendar. We live in a society that does not honor rest. They created a system where the work week is 5 days and you get 2 days to rest. So they glorify, they honor, they reverence work. And it's not even balanced. It's not even, oh my goodness. Let's do a balance. Work 3 days, rest 3 days, and have one day where you're resting and working. Like it's half and half. So we live in a system that does not honor, support, rest. So therefore, we don't put the hours that we're sleeping on our to-do list. Because if we don't make rest an intention, a hashtag goal, if we get it, we get it. If we don't, we don't. We just leave it up to chance. So when I spoke out what my plans for the day were, I spoke nap time because I'm learning in this season to honor rest. The go, 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 there is no glory. There is no glory when you're running yourself ragged and you're running yourself down into the ground. There is no glory. But the glory comes when you carve out time for your respite. That's where the honor comes. Lord is like, oh, check her out. Check her out, wanting to take time midday to reset. Check her out. Okay. Check her out, right? Like y'all know this is like the busy time. Like my phone starts pinging and carrying on. It's like she's up, she's up. Let's go for it. Actually, one day I woke up to 13 messages. And that was interesting. I was like, what is going on in the world where your girl wakes up to 13 text messages? But you know what? I only saw it when I woke up. I was not up in the wee hours of the morning responding to the pings of the phone. She heard the phone not an ounce because it's a sacred time. Like my rest is a sacred time. And what's funny about it is because I've had my phone on do not disturb for an eternity. It is only in rare instances where my phone is on audible, like where you can hear the ring. Most of the time, my phone is on do not disturb. So apparently, even if I don't always acknowledge or recognize or create a space for rest, there is a part of me that does it because putting your phone on silence brings about your rest. So whatever it is that you're doing, you're not disrupted by the phone blaring out. I'm not in control of it. Like I had someone ringing my doorbell the other day and I immediately grabbed my phone. I looked outside first to see if there was any delivery trucks. And I was like, she ain't ordered nothing from Amazon. And then I checked my phone. I'm like, did somebody call me, text me, send me an email saying that they were stopping by? And none of that was true. And so I looked out, I peeked out the window. I was like, who is that? I don't recognize you. So I didn't answer my door. Look, I know the Bible says knock, seek, and ask, and all of that good stuff. If you knock, the door shall be open for you. Not this one. You can knock if you want to, but if you were not a part of the plan, you showing up at my door and me spontaneously having a conversation with you, no, it was not so. And they didn't leave no note, no nothing on the mailbox, nothing. So carry on. That's because I am a respecter of my space. You were not invited. I am not bringing you into my space. That whole pop up, nah. Even my mom gets the side eye when she just pops up. I'm like, what you doing here? And that's my mom. I'm like, what you doing here? And she'll be like, oh, I spoke to, Justin, and he said da 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 da. Oh, so y'all just making arrangements. Nobody crosses anything with me. I was like, it would be nice if y'all cross it with me so I don't be looking at y'all strange. So now when my mom is coming over here after she done made arrangements with my sons, she'll still text message me, hey, I'm coming over there because so-and-so said da 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 da. Okay. Your girl just likes to know. Why? Because she's intentional about her day. She's intentional with her time. She's intentional about her peace. And that is how you will get that soul rest when you become very, very intentional. And it starts out by being exercised and operated in the natural. That's where it starts. That's the manifestation of it. But you got to be able to do it in the spiritual as well. So we've got to cross thresholds on this one. But I do believe that there is a way that we can get the rest that we deserve. and the rest that we desire. And I titled this message Reset, because there's always an opportunity to reset. So if you start the day and maybe your day started with busyness, you can reset it. Maybe you were so rushed with your schedule. You had to get up. You had to make certain so-and-so was up. You had to pack lunches. You had to get their shoes on. You had to make sure they get out the door. You had to get to work. You had to get to catch the subway by a certain time. You're going. You had a 9 o'clock meeting. You had to be in the office early today. Your client needed something in particular, so you had to switch gears. You had to run there early. So yeah, I know a lot of times we look as though like we're a slave to our schedules and to these timelines and to these deadlines. But there is a way to reset that. And you can reset it at any given moment. So even if you're more, and I remember the mornings when I used to have to jump up and take my children here, there, and everywhere. You still need to honor yourself and take that time for a reset. So even if I had to jump up and go as soon as the alarm clock went off, where do you carve that time back? Where do you take that moment to pause? Where do you take that moment to reconnect, recenter yourself to reset? And so no matter how far along the day has gone, you still can do your reset. So reset just means, and let me look at, pull up a Google, I want to pull up a Google search. It's so funny how I just be having all of these notifications. As soon as I get on here, I be having mad notifications. Okay, so we're looking, I just want to verbalize what the word reset means. It says reset means to set. Adjust. Now my spirit quickened not by the word set, even though I said the words to set, but my spirit quickened because I read the next word before I actually verbalized it out of my mouth. So what had my spirit quickened was the word adjust. To set, adjust, or place something again, particularly returning a device, system, or setting to its original default or zero state. It frequently implies starting over to alter, oh no, it frequently implies starting over or altering a configuration. Examples: resetting a password, alarm, or machine. Synonyms include restore, adjust, reassemble, readjust, and restart. Good morning, Minister Lakeisha. Blessings to you. So, though that is the definition of the word reset, and I think we do ourselves a disservice. Good morning, Leslie. Blessings to you, Queen. I think we do ourselves a disservice when we don't pay attention to words. Yes, we know what the word means. We go about our day-to-day lives and we know what it means, who, what, when, where, and why, and all that good stuff. But you gain a deeper level of meaning. You gain a deeper level of operation when you actually look at the definitions. And for me, the word that stood out, and maybe when I read it in your spirit, maybe a different word caused you to quicken. Maybe one of those sub meanings caused your spirit to come into alignment with it. But for me, it was the word adjust. Now I'm going to look up adjust. Adjust means to slightly alter, regulate, or adapt something to make it fit, work better, or become comfortable with a new situation. Yeah. This is the reason the word adjust jump started my spirit. Regulate. How do you regulate? What needs to be done to regulate? I put up on my post this morning about let's normalize friendships that reset your nervous system. We live in a world where we all suffer from PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. We all suffer from it. Some of us have, the official diagnoses, but there are many people who are walking around with undiagnosed PTSD. And in fact, on the Black Girl Encourager podcast from last week, Lizette McKenzie was on there, and I asked her about PTSD. Because PTSD, in my opinion, is the reason why a book like Diary of a Tired Black Woman exists. We have been traumatized. We've had to continue to push ourselves, even in our tiredness, our busyness. We've got to keep going. We got to hold our head. Some people don't even get an adequate amount of time to grieve. You go through a trauma, that job expects you back in 3 days. In 3 days, they expect you back to normal business as usual. Baby, this wasn't my mailman that passed away. This was my loved one. Like, what is going on here? And this is how I say we live in a world that does not support rest. You don't even give people adequate amount of time to grieve. You barely give moms enough time to be with their babies once they deliver. I believe you get 6 weeks, 8 weeks, maybe FMLA, you might get some 8 weeks. But who says 2 months is enough time to get your baby prepared, this newness into the world, to get it prepared for your absence? You don't even give me enough time to get ready. So we live in a society that does not honor rest. And therefore, we are all subconsciously traumatized because we've always got to get up and go. How many days did you used to go to work while you were sick? COVID kind of regulated some of that, where it's like, you got to sniffle, stay your sniffling behind home. But we live in a world, in a society where it's like, no, even if I'm out sick, I'm still working. I'm just working from home. Who says I want to work from home when I'm sick? We live in a society that doesn't honor rest, and it causes us to have triggers. It affects our already given triggers. It disrupts it. And so our nervous system is shooting all sorts of haywire fires all over the place. And we need to learn how to reset. We need to learn how to recalibrate. How do we regulate it? Well, I believe, and Denise, I'm glad you're going to get your copy of Diary of a Tired Black Woman, because it's all of our testimonies. It's what we go through. It's what we've been feeling. It's what we've experienced. It's our truth. Oh my goodness. When you read this book, you're going to see that it is your truth. You're going to walk around with this book in your hand, and you're going to be holding it up like truth. Truth. This is my truth because I am tired. And the book actually expresses what we don't ever give ourselves permissions to say. We don't give ourselves permissions to say that we hurt, to say that we ache, to say that we're not okay. We just keep getting along to get along. We just keep getting up, sucking it up, and going on about our day. But when does it come to a point in time where we get to honor our truth? And until we honor our truth, we're always going to be out of whack. Our nervous systems are now, and this is where, This is where sickness comes from. Hey, Mari, blessings to you. Thank you so much for joining on Instagram. This is where sickness is rooted. Telling the truth, shaming the devil, right here, right now, on a Monday morning. When your nervous system is out of calibration, I don't even know if that's the right way to say it. When your nervous system has been forced to function, to operate in something that is abnormal to it, it will misfire and you will deem it to be normal. And that is how sickness enters your body. So we got to begin to normalize being reset. Quick story. This weekend, and I'm not going to give specifics. I am going to stay on the general side, okay? But it happened this weekend. And I told you all that I am in this place plus space, splace. We make new words over here, right? I'm in this place where I'm acknowledging my feelings, my thoughts, and my emotions. I'm acknowledging it. And in my acknowledgement, I take inventory, I take stock over how something makes me feel, how I wake up feeling, what it is that I stand in need of on this day. And I kid you not, did I speak to God about it Friday? Yes, I spoke to God about this Friday night. I told God how I was feeling. I told him what I believed I needed for a reset. That Saturday night, I was like, okay, got my reset. I thought I got what I needed. I thought I was like, okay, got my reset. This is good enough. This is going to start revving up, kicking up in my system any moment now. It's like when you take Tylenol, you're like, okay, got to give it 30 minutes to start working. Take a little ibuprofen. Okay, it doesn't work instantaneously. It's going to take a moment to rev up in my system. So I said, okay, got my dose of what I needed. Now let me give it some time to work. Got to give it some time to work. I went on to the next spot, did what I did. I ran into a friend of mine's that I hadn't seen, honestly, probably like 20 some odd years. And from that instant connection, my nervous system reset. So here it is. I had another connection and I was like, okay, give it 30 minutes, right? Give it an hour to really be at its potent form. Nope. This one encounter reset my nervous system instantly. It's like a bolus. Come on, my nurses. It's like a bolus, right? You're starting a patient on pain medicine and you give them a bolus. It's a flush. It's a rush of the pain medicine into their system to tide them over until the standard dose starts kicking in. So it's like when you go to the dentist, they give you a shot of Novocaine and you're like, wait a minute, that shot is going to hurt. But once you get that little prick, It's going to numb it. And then all of the drilling and the pulling and the poking and the prodding that the dentist is about to do, you're not even going to feel it. So sometimes you got to take this little prick. You got to take this little prick, this little dose of pain medicine, and then it's going to take over instantly. So we need to get to a place where we are normalizing friendships with no strings attached. You don't want nothing from me. I don't want nothing from you. We just like to share space and enjoy each other's company. And it's easy peasy. It's not complicated. It's not a lot of, issues and traumas and dramas and all of these attachments and it's not all of that. It's just joy. Like, so as soon as you connect, it's like, ha ha, he, you go back to that joyful space. When was the last time you got reset? And truth be told, if your friends can't reset you, who can? Where will you go? And so I feel as though I'm on a quest. I'm on a quest in this stage of my life. And this stage in my life, I'm looking for resetters. I'm looking for people who can adjust me. So when I'm going on about the weight of the world and I'm going on with the ministry and the gospel and doing all of the great works that the Lord has called me to do, who can reset me? Who can regulate me? And I know, I hear you, Christians. Y'all like, oh, Jesus. Jesus will do it. Yes, but Jesus can also send someone in the physical. You can read a scripture and get a good reset. But what a beautiful thing that you can actually have it functioning in your world. So as you're going on about the day with the hustle and the bustle and the la da 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 da, wouldn't it be nice to have a reset? Says you're going out seeing clients and in midday you encounter somebody that totally resets your spirit. They make you feel so full of peace and so full of joy, or you see something, you do something. Like, I know many people on here, Leslie and Carol, like to walk in the parks. You just walking in the park and you see something, an interaction between a child and their siblings or something, and it brings this joy, this euphoria to you, and it resets you. Right? Yes, exactly, Leslie. When we went to the spa to celebrate my birthday, that was a needed reset. Because even in a day full of busyness and holy productivity, it was nice to midday, midweek, say pause, and you relax, you chill out, you have good food, good conversation. You're not rushing. Nobody's pulling on you. Nobody needs you to speak a word to them. Nobody needs you to bandage up their wounds. Nobody's pulling on you. And I was actually discussing over this weekend about certain relationships that I have. There are people who I love, right? I love a number of people, and when I love hard. I love hard. I love richly, deeply, wholeheartedly. Like, I am a true lover. And even in this stage and season in my life, this love her stage that I'm in, my love is more, it's richer, it's got more depth to it. So it goes core, it goes to the axis point, it goes deep. And so there are many people whom I love. But then it gets twisted and the definition gets distorted. The abnormal nervous system becomes now the norm, and that's no bueno. You don't need an abnormal nervous system, because again, that's where disease comes in. And so you're thinking, oh, this is my friend, this is my sister, this is my cousin, this is the person whom I love the most, these are my children. But they can feel like work. Thank you, Denise. But there can be individuals whom you love that pull on you. Come on, y'all. Tell the truth. Shame the devil. There are individuals whom you love, but sometimes, maybe not all the time, sometimes it's all the time, they pull your spirits. And every time you come around them, they downtrodden, and now you got to go in worker bee mode, and you got to become to encourage her, and you got to be the support her. You got to now speak a word over her. You got to now pray over her, and you don't mind doing it because God has us in this dual role. We have dual citizenship, right? So we are servants of God, right? And we are the communers, the lovers of his people. We are interacting with his people, but there are some people who are work to us. And that's kind of how, like, I get that statement. I say, oh, even though I'm off, I'm on. Well, that's an irregular statement, Sheniqua. Don't glorify that mess. Don't put that on nobody's t-shirt. We don't want to make that the norm, because that's where PTSD is going to form. Because we are tired of having everybody supping from our bosom. Everybody, we gotta the weight of the world. It's always like, here we come, having to come in and save people, and it's tiring. And do I even dare say it's our own children sometimes? They always need something from you. So the minute you sit down and put your darn feet up, here they come needing something. They walking straight past their father, and they come to you. And you're like, dude, your dad is sitting there with a sign that says open for business, bring all inquiries here, and you walking straight past that to go to the person who's trying to get a moment. So I've noticed and I've identified in my world of self-reflection that there are individuals who pull from me. And I don't know if it's intentional or not. I love them so much. I wouldn't even put the intentionality on them. I wouldn't even say, oh, they're doing this on purpose, or they know what they're doing. I wouldn't even ascribe that to them, because I'm such a lover and a giver. But there's certain relationships that pull on you. So where are the relationships that reset that? I won't mind being around individuals that pull on me, individuals where I have to go to work. So even though you're off, you're still on. So anytime you're around this individual, you still have to do work on your day off. You'll get fired on your day off, because we don't really always be off. We don't be fully off, because we live in a society that frowns at the off. They want us to be in that lukewarm phase. Just set it to warm. It ain't cooking, it ain't hot, but it's on warm. When I make rice in the rice cooker, once it's finished cooking, it clicks automatically to warm. It don't go off. It'll just sit into warm. So even when we're off, we still on because we in warm. And if you don't recognize those relationships that make it's work. It could be ministry. It's work. Like, I don't care what you call it. It's work. You always downtrodden. I always got to bring a word of encouragement. I always got to motivate you and pump you up. I always got to bring strategy to you. It's like every time we meet, it's a strategy session. Where's the invoice? I need to send some people after conversations. I need to send out invoices. It's like, dude, you just got business coaching. I just helped you strategize your life. We just did a whole life coaching session in our friendship time. Stop it. Where's the invoice? Good morning, Leslie Ann on YouTube. Right? So we got to start identifying relationships that are work. We don't mind because we love them. But in all honesty, if we're being honest, it's work. But in the same sense, where are the relationships? Where are the relationships that reset us? Mari says that's why it's important to be around things and people that naturally help you feel de-stressed. 100%. Thank you for joining Almond's Design Hub. Like, don't that sound crazy? That sounds crazy. Like, whose name is Almond's Design Hub? It's a username on Instagram, but thank you for watching. So we have to be around people and be in those places, be around those things that help us de-stress, just like Mari was saying. That helps us de-stress. So who are the people in your neighborhood, in your circle of influence, who reset you? And what's funny about it, that I told you all this over the weekend, I hadn't seen this person in 20 plus years. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Don't expect the people who are closest, and I use the air quotes, they are closest in proximity. Oh, your sister right here. Oh, your cousin right here. Oh, Nana right here. Don't always expect the people who are close in proximity to you. Good morning, Brenda. Thanks for watching from Facebook. Got to distinguish now, right? But don't always expect the people who are around you, the people who are closest to you, the people that you see often. Don't expect them to be your regulators. They may be the very ones that's keeping your nervous system in a disarray. They may, and you've normalized it, so you don't even see it. You can't even see that it's the people who you are around. It is the people in the neighborhood. You can't even fathom that it's the people whom you birth. You can't even imagine that it's the people who you are around the most, your bestie, your this, your that. You can't even fathom that those are the ones that are keeping your nervous system in high functioning mode. So even when you're resting, you're not resting. Even when you're off, you're still on. Like, and you don't recognize it because we've normalized it. We've got to stop normalizing the dysfunction and start calling that joker out. If you dysfunctional, you dysfunctional. Yeah, I love you, but I don't like this kind of a love. And I found myself communicating that with God. I'm like, I don't like this kind of a love. It makes me feel like this. They say love can sometimes hurt. Who freaking says? Who says that love is supposed to hurt? Who said that love is supposed to be feeling burdensome? Who says that? Who says that love means that you are a slave? That is, oh my God, I almost called out the syndrome. There's a syndrome. I can't think of the name of it because y'all know I'm in perimenopause, so mind your business. But there's a Stockholm. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit for the win. Perimenopause ain't got nothing on the Holy Spirit. Stockholm Syndrome, where the tormentor becomes the epitome of the point of your adoration. They're freaking tormenting you. They're tormenting you. You're always on high alert when they're around, but you now start to love them and you adore them and you honor them and you want to protect them. So I won't tell nobody, because you done threaten me, but it's more because I love you. Who said love was supposed to hurt? We've gotten it twisted. We need to go back and look at the definition again. And where I'm not going to look on Google for the definition of love, what I'm going to get my definition of love from is from the Father. I'm going to go into my Bible. And that's where I'm getting my definition of love. And love should not hurt. So if any point in time I'm feeling as though this love is hurting me, that is a no. When my connection with you is causing my nervous system to be disrupted, that's got to be a no for me. I've got to pull myself out of that pit, because that pit is going to be self-destructive. That pit is going to be the source of my demise. But yet we've normalized it. So we endure it because we've got the same last name. I tolerate it because I birthed you. Who says? Who says that that's the way it's supposed to be? So don't expect those around you, those who are close to you, to be your regulators, because they can be the agitators. They are the reasoning why your nervous system is out of disarray. And so here the Lord brought somebody from 20 years. That was a resurrection. If I don't know what a resurrection is, that was a resurrection. That was a blast from the past. And instantaneously, my nervous system was reset, recalibrated, adjusted, regulated. And you know what? Likened to when you get a dose of pain medicine, right? You take a Tylenol. Tylenol don't give you that ooey gooey feeling. Okay. Let's be truthful real quick on a Monday. When you take a Tylenol, you got a toothache, your knee hurts, your back hurts, and you pop 2 Tylenols. It don't give you that ooey gooey feeling. But let you scale it up a little bit. You taking a Percocet. You got a little oxycodone in there, right? Or somebody gives you a shot of morphine. That dose gives you that ooey gooey. And people's like, oh, I don't like to take pain medicine because I don't want to become addicted. Well, first of all, let the nurse speak to you for a moment. First of all, the only way you're going to get addicted is when your pain stops and you're still seeking that ooey gooey feeling. But if you legitimately have pain, you getting the ooey gooey feeling, as I'm calling it, you getting the pain medicine is not going to be addictive. It's what happens after the fact. So now I got a taste of my nervous system resetting. I was like, whoa. So you know what's going to happen? I'm craving it. Oh, nurse, what time can I get my next shot? Oh, I'm thinking about the next time I can get my fix. Oh. I need it. Why? Because once you, and I mentioned this before, I was like, once you get a taste of that soft girl life, which I'm getting a taste of that soft girl life, you're not going to ever want to go back. What's up, Knowledge? Good morning to you. Once you get a taste, and to me, that's what that soft girl life is. So for women, we call it soft girl life. Men are not calling it soft girl life for themselves. But what it ultimately is called is I've gotten my nervous system reset. So anything that resets your nervous system, whether it's a spa day, whether it's a day off, whether it's taking a nap, whether it's going to church and getting a really, really good word that you feast off of where you're spiritually full, right? Wherever you get your fix, you're going to crave it. You're going to want it. And you're going to keep seeking after it until it is your day-to-day activity. Some people might even say sex. Let you get some good stuff first thing in the morning. You skipping along happy. Hey, good morning. Peace and blessings to everyone. Everyone well? Okay, you're good, right? Because your nervous system has been reset. And many people are afraid of sex. Oh no, can't do that. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's because you with the wrong person. No, 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 no. I am not recommending that you go out and have sex with the wrong person. If you're having sex with the individual that keeps your nervous system in a disarray, that is the wrong move. And many people are. That's my wife. That's my husband. That's my boyfriend. That's my boo thing. That's been my jump on. That dude makes you nervous. That dude gives you angina. You got anxiety. Like you running to the tormentor to be your fix. Where they do that at? Where they do that at? You my tormentor. You got the whip beating me and I'm running to you for a fix. I think I'm in love with you. So you beat me, but if you lay the pipe, I'm good. What? What kind of twisted, distorted nervous system are we operating in? What is going on? That's your central, right? Like your central nervous system. Things are totally out of whack. Like, what are we doing here? So your jump off can be causing your demise. And you might feel good in the moment, but baby, once the reality hit in, like, yo, that dude belonged to somebody else. I'm over here creeping and he creeping and like, yo, you just causing the trauma. You are just welcoming the PTSD to sit on your lap, to ride on your back. Like, what are we doing? But I guarantee if you find your person, your co-regulator, it becomes less of an act and more of an experience. And even if we take it outside of sex, right? Because y'all don't want to talk about sex on a Monday. But what about intimacy? I think we're more afraid to talk about intimacy than we are to talk about sex. We've grown comfortable talking about sex. It's like whatever. But intimacy? Oh, nobody's talking about that. Come on. Minister Lakeisha is correcting, and she was like, this is sex after marriage. All right, Queen. Let's ride that out. All right, Queen. But what about intimacy? I told you all a few months ago that I was intimate. I was intimate with a stranger. Stranger. I didn't even know their last name. I welcomed him into my house. I didn't know anything about him. He came into my bedroom, and for 4 hours, we were intimate. We weren't married. We weren't married. We weren't dating. He wasn't my boo thing. He wasn't somebody I was interested in. He wasn't even my friend. He was a stranger. I didn't know him. I didn't know his mom. I don't know his cousins. I don't know his lineage, his bloodline, but we were intimate. And from our time together, I left feeling better. I was reset. A total stranger co-regulated me. And from that moment, a light bulb went off. And I was like, wait a second. Because again, I'm in this space where I'm talking to God about my thoughts, my feelings, my emotions. And I was like, wait a second. I was like, Lord, that was good. I truly enjoyed that. And that moment put a taste in my mouth. And I was like, okay, where can I get that again? And so in my mind, I'm scurrying around. I'm like, should I try to reach out to him? Should I ask him, hey, let's meet up again? Da, 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 da. Like, what should I do? And the Lord was like, be easy. I'm going to show you something. And I went on from being intimate with that person. And then I had another encounter where I had intimacy, and another, and another. And now I'm like an intimacy junkie. She, the minister of the gospel, yes, me, Sheniqua inspires, Dr. Sheniqua Johnson, her, this girl is an intimacy junkie. Every weekend, I'm like, all right, Lord, the weekend, baby, like, let's do it. But guess what? I don't have to wait till the weekend. I've dipped in during the week on a Thursday. I'm like, hey, because it's the intimacy that we actually crave. It's not the sex. We've intertwined the two. So we think when we have the sex that we get the intimacy with it. And so we intertwine and we think that's it. And then you go do it. And then you feel worse afterwards. And it's in it. And you're like, what? You're left depleted. But when God started showing me what the root of the craving was, sometimes it's feeling accepted. Sometimes it's, a childhood trauma, like healing that inner hurt. You got to get to the root of it. And so as the Lord in my Love Her season, as he's uncovering the roots, he's showing me the remedy. But I don't have to attach the remedy to one person. I don't have to attach the remedy to those who are close to me, those who are in close proximity to me, those whom I've known for the longest. No, mere strangers. Mere strangers. Come on, Minister Lakeisha, tell the truth, right? Sometimes it ain't got nothing to do with nothing. It's your flesh being erupted. But for intimacy, there's a difference. Because intimacy is not sex. I'm going to give you a definition of intimacy. I'm going to give you an example because I know inquiring minds want to know. I'm going to give you an example. I went to Costco's the other day. I was having a problem with my tires. And the first time I had went, I just went in the office, blah, blah, blah. They threw numbers out at me, gave me some papers, da, 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 da. It was cut and dry. It was cut and dry. Amen, Denise. I like that. Denise wrote, intimacy means into me you see. Even without knowing me, you have been the response. You are the God ordained response, the emergency response to an innate or inner me need. I told you all that I had spoke to God on Friday night about an inner need. And by Saturday night, he had not only once, but twice. And one was a bolus. One was a straight shot of that euphoria. I didn't have to wait 30 minutes. I didn't have to wait an hour. I didn't have to go home and lay down and let it wait till it tick into effect. No, it went instantly. So who can see the inner portions of me without even knowing me? See, we expect the people whom we've known the longest. Well, you know me long. You know how I am. You know how I get down. Yes, sometimes those are the individuals who are blind because they know you so much. But can someone out of the blue, from nowhere, you don't know them from Adams, can they come and see into you? Absolutely. Intimacy and sex are two different things. Because if as I'm saying, oh yeah, I was intimate with a stranger, y'all start thinking sex. Now y'all start looking at me. Now y'all want to put me into a category. Now you want to start thinking about that's your and this is how we started the conversation, talking about the definitions. Just because you think you know what a word means, you need to seek that thing for truer, clearer revelation. Because we looked at the word reset and we learned a whole lot more. It's more than what you think. It's more than just the weekend off. It's something deeper. It's rooted and you're getting something on a cellular level. So if we want to eradicate the sickness and everything in our bodies, we got to start at the core. So who can see into the innermost parts of me? Who is usable by God to come speak to the inner portions of me? So I'm at Costco's. The first time I go, it's real cut and dry, real kind of sterile, like just very mechanical. Like you go in the office and they tell you need this tire, get this thing, SKU number, and it's like, oh, okay. So I left out of there like, oh, okay. But then I went back. And the day I went back, the lady called to me from the back. I came in the office, same like I did before, came in the office. The lady called to me, I'll be right there. When she heard me come in. But there was an angel already in position. And he says, I'm right here. I can help you. What do you need? And I said, I need a tire. I was here a couple of days ago last week, and the young lady yelling at me from the back is probably the same one. I was like, she gave me these papers. He's like, give me the papers. I hand him the papers. I don't know what they mean. They got code SKUs. I don't know what. He looks at it. He's got a level of understanding because he was one of the mechanics. So now he has a level of understanding. He can read between the lines. He can see what's not being said. Okay, come on. And then he says, bring your car. He's like, where's your car at? He says, bring your car around to the front. Let me look. So I bring my car over. He's looking. He's walking around looking at the tire. Turn your wheel this way. Turn your wheel that way. And he starts to say, he's talking to me, he's communicating with me. He says, "What's the problem? Tell me what they told you in your own words." And I'm like, "I don't know. They said there's a bubble in my tire and da 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 da." He says, "Hold on, let me see again." He goes and puts gloves on. He gets down on the floor. Come on, ladies. He's going down. Come on, ladies. Okay. He gets down on the floor. He's on his hands and his knees. He's got his gloves on. And now he's going through the same motion. He's like, "Turn the wheel, move it this way, move it that way." And now he's feeling up on the tire. Ah, I see where the problem is. And he's like, "Let me take care of it for you." I didn't have to think about brands, this, that, other. He placed the order. He made certain, like, everything was taken care of. And I know people like, "Sheniqua, that's not an intimate moment." Oh, but it is. But you don't know what my inner need was. See, you might look at that like, "Girl, that was shopping at Costco's." We do that all the time because we normalize it. We live in a world where we normalize the busyness that we don't even see the intimacy in the moment. And I went to Costco's with an inner need. I felt vulnerable because I don't know tires. I was anxious about it because the way my car dealership was making it sound was like I was driving around in a ticking time bomb. I was scared to drive my car. I didn't want to go too far. I needed to just use it for necessities only. And I was scurried around. I didn't have the money for the tires, so I thought, I was like, "Oh my God, I gotta pull this money from somewhere to get my tires." It was a stressor. I ain't had no Costco's membership. I'm like, "Oh my God, who got a Costco card I could borrow?" But like it was a stressor for me. It was an inner need that I was communicating with the Lord about. And here comes this man who was able to respond to an inner need that I had not even verbalized. And after that moment, I was able to breathe again. Good morning, Giselle. I was able to breathe again. I was able to go about my day. I wasn't anxious. I wasn't stressed. I felt taken care of. I felt seen. My needs were not dismissed, even though I couldn't articulate it in the proper way. My needs were not dismissed. He responded, and it reset me. Because we don't look at the definition of these words, we miss the moment. So we pray to God for the miracle signs and wonders, but we miss it. Like Minister Lakeisha was saying, oftentimes people wrap sex and intimacy together. So the moment you hear a single Christian woman talking about she been intimate, hey, what's going on? Either they tuning in even deeper. When I put up that reel talking about I was pregnant, that was one of my highest watched messages. Because the nosy people were coming out. "Oh, she pregnant? Oh, I know she not married. Oh, she pregnant. Oh, scandalous." Everybody out looking for a story. Everybody looking out for scandal. Because you don't even understand the definition of words. It's time for a reset. It's time for a reset. That's where I got to get off. I got things to do. I'm sitting here like, "Lord, you got me going on and on and on. We passed the time we normally are going on and on." But maybe you needed to hear it. Maybe you needed to hear it broken down in this way because you have never heard it broken down in this way before. And so I'm grateful, I'm honored to God that he would put me in this place, that he would put me in this position, that he would bring you into this position. You scrolling on Instagram, you scrolling on Facebook, and you're on YouTube. You're like, oh, what is this popping up? And you stop by. And I do believe it's your message. If you're watching a replay, I do believe it's your message. That God is trying to remind you, because he's probably already been telling you, this ain't the first time you heard this, right? It's just your confirmation. It's just your reminder that you need to reset. And if we stop normalizing all of the bad stuff, we can then begin to find our reset in normal day-to-day moments like shopping at Costco's. That I can be intimate for 4 hours with a technician who came to fix my internet. I pray your soul gets rest. Because when your soul is not rested, you're now susceptible to respond in the way in which you normally respond. And God is saying it's time for a reset. Come on, Denise, right? They always pointing the finger, pointing the finger, pointing the finger. But you're missing your moments because your eyes are so locked into this is the way we normally do it. So today, I pray that the Lord will continue to do this great work with you. And I pray that he will give you the reset you need, whether it's an old friend, whether it's a walk in the park, whether it's a deep download from him, whether it's a revelation from him, whatever. I pray that that's what you get. If that's what your soul is yearning for, because many of us are tired, not a physical tired, but it's because our souls are tired. So you all go forward. Have a beautiful and blessed day. I will see you all tomorrow because we back here. We Monday through Friday on this station. Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the morning talks with Sheniqua Inspires. Ooh, 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 that's me. That's me. So you all go forward. Have a beautiful and blessed day. And I'll see you tomorrow, God willing. Take care. Bye, everybody on Instagram. Take care. Take care.